This took a long time. I'm not gonna lie, but it was totally worth it. So these chandeliers were actually hanging in a family friend's house. And we went over there one day and I saw them and thought, oh my goodness, I want them. I need them. Can I please have them? Now, he was planning on renovating or potentially selling and moving. Unfortunately, I was told that these were already promised to someone else. So, very sad. But about a year later, look what's mine. Now, they were a bit worse for wear, quite dirty, sad, missing a few links. The crystals were broken. There's a couple of crystals here. The whole link's gone here. But I saw the potential and I thought, yes, this is happening. So I looked at a few ways on how to clean chandeliers and was hoping at first that I wouldn't have to pull it apart, but I soon realized that that was the best thing to do. So you can see some of them are really discolored, but I just knew that it was going to come up so nice. I wasn't sure either how to clean the metal. I wasn't sure what the metal was, so I didn't want to potentially damage it further. So I did a lot of sampling and trialing to make sure that I wasn't going to ruin it. You can see here that the frame is quite rusted, dirty. I don't know what it is, but it just needs a good solid clean. And I started to make a plan of how it was put together, because when I took it apart, I thought, oh gosh, it's going to be like a jigsaw puzzle. We need to figure out how it goes back together. So this makes sense to me. And so begins the time lapse. My hands got so dirty from the crystals. Oh gosh. So now I could actually see what the frame looked like. This one actually wasn't too bad. It looked pretty solid. I just needed a bit of a wipe down. Now I was testing here to see if the method I wanted to use would work, and oh, look at the ones on the right. It's so clear. Even the links work. Links work? Links came up really good. This is where I started to get really excited. So you can see some of the links are still quite dark and some of them have a gold sort of feel. Like look at these ones. And this was just like a quick little test. So I actually used this stuff, which is for like dishes. It's just from Aldi, which is great. So now that I had all my pieces off that one big piece, I had to clean them. So I just filled up a bucket with a lot of this stuff. It's like the, what is it? Rinse aid. And then put all the crystals in. Once I got them all in, I gave them a quick little swish and a little bit of a rub. That sounds so bad, but you know what I mean. And even just with that one little bit, they came up so good. So I actually let them soak in here, but I'm just showing you now how shiny they are. And then I was on to cleaning the frame. So I wiped everything down first to get rid of all the dust, and then I went along with some, I actually just used the rinse aid, and then a microfiber cloth and gave it a bit of a polish. And she came up good. And then on to the next dismantle. Slowly but surely. The frame of this one was a lot worse than the bottom piece. As you can see, it's like super caked on. So I just did the same process, wipe it all down, give it a good polish. And I used an old toothbrush here. It was a very soft bristle one, didn't want to do any damage, but it helped me get into all the little spaces. But when I tell you this took a long time, I mean this took a long time. Like a long, like 20 hours. And yes, I used a Q-tip and a toothbrush and a Q-tip. But it's so gross. Ew. Nasty. And when I tell you I wish I kept all the original sound in, like it was so satisfying, but I was also pumping music in the background, so I can't really tell you any of it, which is sad and lesson learnt. Look how shiny it is. Now, this sort of center area didn't come up as good as I liked, but once all the crystals on, you won't be able to see that, so let's just pretend that's fine. That's all good. I got rid of all the gunk in that top area, and look at that. You can actually see me in the reflection. Hello. Beautiful. And this was so satisfying. Oh my gosh. They're so shiny. All of that was hiding under there. I think now if the guy we got these off had seen it like this, probably wouldn't have given it to me. Now I had to dry them, and I I to grab them one by one, and I thought, no, that's just ridiculous. Let's be smart. So I tried this as well, just to give it a bit of a tidy. So I am sorting them into lengths. So I had individuals, 2s, 3s, 4s, so on. So to make it easier to reattach, I was sorting them back into lengths and also collecting all the links. That was lengths and links. Links and links. Some of them had their top link on, which was fabulous and saved me some time. There's all the long ones and there's all my links. But holy moly. Oh, it's so sparkly. I'm just obsessed. And then, you know the drill, we have to reattach them. So these links were actually quite malleable. So I could move them with my fingers as well as the pliers. The pliers were there more so for the awkward angles. This was tricky because I had to attach them to the base and I could only do that by hanging it. So I rigged up this very basic system on my backdrop with some giant bulldog clips and some rope, and you know what? It worked wonders. And I must say, I think my eyebrows look great. And you know what? I took this shot by putting the camera on my foot, and I was sitting on my desk, and I thought, how am I going to make this look cool? And I feel like I kind of succeeded. You tell me. Yeah, you just read my text. I didn't have enough 2 strands, so I had to dismantle some and make some more, because I might have had spare crystals on the other one, but I only took apart one first. But I made do. Oh, it's so satisfying. Welcome to my new house. So I transported it without the links on this piece here, because I thought it just was going to get damaged, and figured once it was hanging, we'd make it work. So there was sort of a support beam here, but we had to rig up a bit of a system. We put that board in there so that it wouldn't slide along, and looped it over with some chain. I think it worked out really well. Good thing you have a tradie boyfriend. And here is my super beautiful face in my super bummy painting house clothes. Slowly but surely putting the links back on.